Hi, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to Wednesday. I'm like, is it recording over here? This is a great example of why these buttons shouldn't be over here when the camera is over here. I could move the camera to be over here. You know what? Maybe it's time to move the camera. I mean, not right now, but maybe that is the actual next move is to just move the camera and the ring light and everything over to this side of the desk. And then everything would be over here. Except for the OBS window, which I would, It's a series of, I don't think there are any good choices here to be made. I'm not sure that there's any a way forward. I think it's that I would have to just go back. I mean, I could, I guess I could move OBS to the window that's up here on the monitor up above, and then like the camera be there, OBS be there, Discord. None of these options are great. I installed beta firmware on my router before the start of this stream, figuring it couldn't get any worse, and I was right. It's got some new options to turn on that might. I bought a Wi-Fi extender, a mesh router, a mesh extender or whatever, because to try to solve some issues where, like, if I'm turning on, it's like the router is interfering with itself, which is an interesting thing. But when I turn on the MLO network for Wi-Fi 7 clients, it causes the camera out in front of the house to completely drop off the network. Like, it can't see the network anymore because the network doesn't reach out there anymore for some reason. It's bizarre. And so I was like, well, I should get an extender because I have more devices that would take advantage of that MLO network. I'm not going to get ubiquity gear. That is not the. I would sooner build a bunch of fucking my own shit before doing that. So anyway, I ended up getting this mesh extender, and it turns out right now, with this router or whatever the deal is, this router likes to crash, or rather just completely drop off and lose internet completely every 6 hours or so when it is connected to a mesh network. Seems like a problem. I believe the stability is enhanced by this beta firmware. We'll find out later when I turn all that garbage back on and see if it works any better now. It also supports DNS over HTTPS or TLS, like more secure kind of DNS stuff, which is cool. So I was like, this is a set of cool features I would actually like to use. So let's run beta firmware on the router. And that's where I'm at with that. It hasn't changed anything about this stupid light that doesn't stay on the network. This light was doing fine. Before that, I was doing bad. And then for the last few months, it's been fine. And then when I started with that mesh extender stuff, the light started acting bad again. And after turning all of that garbage off, the light is still bad. The light is still bad. So I don't know, man. It's frustrating. I'm trying to uninstall. I'm trying to uninstall this Virtua Fighter beta. Steam is sometimes bad at when a demo or something like that becomes unavailable to play. The play button will just flop over to say uninstall instead. But sometimes when you click the uninstall button, it doesn't actually uninstall it. And I think that's been the case here. So I'm just going to manually pop this open and see if there's still a bunch of files in this directory in my Steam library. And then I will either manually delete them or I will keep them around so I can hack the game. No, okay, it looks like it actually did uninstall. Good. Let's double check here. Yeah, all right, yeah. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's, oh wait, is this? Or is this, no, that's something else. Do I still have this installed? The directory in my Steam directory that just said Ascendant Playtest 1. And okay, yes, I do still have the Ascendant Playtest installed. I don't even know if that works anymore. I mean, I could launch it. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. We're getting close to the end of the year. I am trying to play through a couple of games before I kind of finalize what I want to say about a handful of games, and then I'm gonna sit down and start writing, basically. And we'll talk about that stuff on a podcast as well. But it's basically like what I've got so far is there's just a list of games I want to write something about, and so I'm going to. And I am also just about finished building the community voting Google poll sheet, whatever, that I will post on the Patreon. That's patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann if you want to sign up and support this disaster. Keep this train a-rolling. Yeah, that's basically how it's going here. I should check. I forgot to check last night to make sure that the podcast finished uploading and finished processing into 4K on YouTube last night. Let's look real quick here. Let's look real quick here. Yes, it looks like it did indeed finish. Took like 6 hours to finish, but it did finish. I have adjusted some quality settings here on my local recordings in an attempt to maybe serve YouTube a friendlier file that won't take 7 hours, 9 hours. It was 9 hours, I think it was, to process. So with any luck, that will hopefully not be as ridiculous of a process as it has been for the last week or so. Yeah, so I don't know. That's been kind of a weird monkey wrench in this whole 4K extravaganza that we've been on for this past few weeks. I was very excited about it, and now suddenly when the podcast takes forever to appear, it's like, oh god. So yeah, I don't know. That's been a little bit frustrating. I've been in like just, yeah, I don't know. There's been just like a lot of technical weird stuff happening here, whether it's the light not working or this camera that I'm looking into turning off 2 hours into a podcast, and I don't know if that's a heat issue. I may replace that camera because I may end up with more cameras in this room. Is actually, when I was talking about moving the camera over here, I think what I'm actually saying is I'm going to get another camera to put in this spot and then take this other camera and use it for something else. Yeah, I don't want to spend the money on it, but we need a webcam that can do 4K 60. Ultimately, that's probably going to be the way forward here if we truly want to dedicate ourselves to the 4K lifestyle. We're going to need a webcam that can do 4K 60, and we'll slot into this stupid teleprompter in a much cleaner way than the way that this camera is put into it. And so, yeah, I don't know. I'm weighing some additional. These are bad gear decisions, honestly. Like, this isn't. I don't need to do any of this, but a man's got to have a hobby, I suppose. So I don't know. And that hobby is back-to-back drinking some white can Monster first thing in the morning. That's better. My daughter had her Christmas concert this morning. And so first thing, we woke up and took her off to school and then hung out for a while to wait for the concert. they sang 3 songs. They put her in the very back, and so like I filmed a thing, and she's in the very back. It was hard to see her, and she did a Thanksgiving thing the year before, and that felt just much better produced than I don't know. This felt a little under rehearsed, to be honest. So it's like one of those things, like a bunch of kindergarten kids singing a Christmas song. And then like they get to the middle part of the song and just none of them know any of the words anymore. So I mean, I'm not going to put that, but since you're asking, yes, I did film it at 4K 60. Actually, I did film that entire thing in 4K. God damn it. I was going to film it at 120, so, to get a better slow motion performance or something like that. But I decided against it. Yeah, I don't know. I was the only dad there wearing JPEG Mafia sweats, and so I don't know. It's just, I think the lesson to be learned there is just, I don't know. A lot of parents are fucking boring. It's not me saying I'm any better than that, but I don't know. But I looked around. I didn't see anyone else in any kind of JPEG Mafia merchandise at all. It was just weird. It was like, what are you guys into? What are you people even into if you're not doing? I don't get it. I don't get it. And so yes, we came back home, and yeah, now we're here, and now I'm doing this, and I don't know. I was gonna play some games today. I was like trying to think like what would be like some fun stuff to play. The morning was so busy, I didn't really have any time to sit down and really think about it. Pac-Man says they're all probably wearing Steely Dan pants. I would be down with that. If you're repping the Dan at a kindergarten Christmas pageant thing, I'd be like, all right, okay, word up, right on, do your thing. At least that's taking a stand about something, right? I mean, I'm not a big Steely Dan fan. I like FM. No static at all, because it was I like FM because it was sampled by Third Base for their hit song. No static at all. There are other Steely Dan songs that are fine. I respect Steely Dan, I guess is what I'm saying. But yeah, I don't know. Like that would be like if people were like, no, like people that are way into Steely Dan, like I absolutely respect. I'm like, yes, absolutely, like right on. Like you've taken a stand about something artistic that you really appreciate, as opposed to just like, I don't know, whatever's on, just turn on the radio. Yeah, I don't know. Like I think that's. That's just always more interesting to me when people have some shit that they're fucking way into, and like in a very specific. Like I was like, no, I'm about this. I don't just like this. This is what I'm about. I'm about Steely Dan. I'm like, yeah, man, I get it. Like I know some people that are all about the Steely Dan lifestyle, and I'm like, yeah, man, you guys are, yes, exactly. They are some major dudes for sure. So I don't know. That's, like I said, that's infinitely more interesting to me than people that are just like passive about their musical tastes, I guess I would say. Like that Snoop Dogg record came out, and I think there's been some late era Snoop Dogg that has been good. There's been some, more recent Snoop Dogg releases there's been some good tracks along the way. It's not just, hey, he had one good album and then 10 terrible, it's nothing like that. Like there's that song with Be Real. I believe it is called Hey Vato, which there's also an Insane Clown Posse song called that, but it's not a cover. And then Super Crip is a high quality song. Super Crip is an amazing song. And so yeah, like Snoop is very capable of still like putting out like good material at this stage in his career. this missionary album that came out is not it. Like it's absolutely it's like you listen to it, you're like, yeah, okay. Like I'm not gonna. It's not terrible. It's not. It's you know, it's not as bad as the stuff he was putting out when he was on No Limit. I mean, some of that stuff, but that's production problems, right? When he's, you know, when Snoop Dogg was merged with Beats by the Pound, the in-house production crew for No Limit Records, it was terrible. It was like it was bad across the board. You had a Snoop Dogg who was trying to find himself post death row, right? So like he was not on sure footing, right? And then on top of that, you've got like, hey, you're going from some of the most iconic hip hop production in the history of the medium, in the form of, you know, what Dr. Dre did, you know, for death row and just the G-funk sound, whatever you want to call it. And you're going to like, hey, here's the shit that Master P is churning out for 20 different albums for 20 different artists. And, you know, like, oh, this track, oh, I don't know, Snoop could have it, or Mia X could rap over this, I guess. And, you know, just so much of that stuff is so fucking terrible. Anyway, like then he kind of came out of that, did that track with Pharrell, you know, like Snoop kind of hit a new stride, and, you know, he found himself, right? I mean, he'll say as much that he, you know, went to Master P and learned the game. You know, he figured out how to be an independent artist, how to do all this stuff. Like he learned a lot about his career, you know, and how to manage his career better and make better choices and whatever else. And I think the music got a lot better after that as well, right? And so, but it, you know, it's uneven. I mean, Doggy Style is one of the greatest albums of all time, you know, of greatest hip hop albums of all time. You know, it's a long list. I'm not saying it's like top 5 ever or anything like that, but, you know, like Doggy Style is amazing. And so it's hard to compare to that, right? But I think that he did a lot of amazing work there in that mid period, and then latter day. I think he's very capable. Dr. Dre, by a similar, in a similar form, you know, like the last Dr. Dre album that came out was Compton, and I think the production on that is really impressive. It's a very different sound from what he had been classically known for, but I think like it's a series of like really impressive tracks, like with a bunch of amazing artists alongside Dre. And I think it's an album that people don't really, I don't know, like people don't really talk about it all that much. Like it kind of came and went to a certain degree. I think people talked about it more in the context of it was like an Apple Music exclusive for a brief window there because Beats got bought by Apple and whatever else. Like that was the business end of that record was probably more discussed than the quality of the record itself. But like it's a good. King Mez gets on that track and raps about the red ring of death for the Xbox 360. Like it's a fun record. Well, not fun is not the word. It's just like some of the subject matter is very serious. And so like, you know, the last project that Dr. Dre did start to finish was probably that, right? And so you look at it and go like, oh, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre are getting back together again, and they're going to put out another record, and they're kind of being referential to Doggy Style as a part of this. And you're like, okay, like expectations are already, you have gone and taken the expectations and sent them off the charts by what you have done here. And the record is just not, it's not good. Like the production I think is really flat. Like I think the production is worse than the rhymes. The production is really flat. A lot of these beats are just, they just sound kind of generic. I think a lot of the other artists appearing on it, there's some bigger names, you know, like 50 Cent's on there, Method Man's on there at one point, I believe. You know, like there's like that stuff's fine, but there's other artists on there that are just like, the contribution is not really saving this song. And Dre's verses are not especially. Dre's only as good as the people writing his rhymes, right? I mean, that's like he's always framed himself as a producer first. He's not like, I'm the greatest MC of all time. You know, I think Dre gets a pass on the Ghostwriter stuff because it's not even been an open secret. It's just the way it's been. Like that is how it has always been for him. He is always, you know, Ice Cube writes the rhymes. Even back then, Ice Cube was writing for Ice Cube and Ren were writing for Dre and Easy and all that stuff. So and Snoop's verses are, you know, they're perfectly competent. There's nothing like wrong with it, you know. It's just not exciting. I don't know. Like the tracks are not exciting in any way, and it's unfortunate. I don't know. It's unfortunate because I think that, like I said, I think everyone involved in this project is capable of better, even at this stage in their career. I think that everyone involved is capable of turning in something better than they did, and so it's disappointing. They did put out like a 12-minute video that is super weird. There's like a short film that they made to coincide with the release of Missionary that you should go watch. It's Snoop and Dre painting themselves as like Batman, as like vigilante, like Dexter, like as murderers, but they're murdering pedophiles and people engaged in elder abuse. Like it's a scene of like someone in a managed care facility like beating up an old lady, and then they just come in and fucking shoot the guy over and over again, and then take the bodies out on a boat and dump them in the fucking. It's like you should watch it. It's fucking crazy. You know, hey, people. Yes, I right now. And so right now with all of this stuff happening, all of the other things happening with the accusations around Drake and of course the stuff with Diddy and the accusations around Jay-Z and everything, I think to put out a video that is like aggressively like, no, we are murdering pedophiles is very I don't even know, like it's a very now sort of thing. I don't like it's like it feels like more of a like they're picking sides, and the good on them for picking sides. I guess is the thing there. It's just interesting timing with all of that other stuff going on. Because a lot of people have been like, they're, you know, like it seems like those are sorts of things that should be relatively easy to talk about. But you know, not a lot of people going on the record with weighing in with their thoughts on what's happening with Diddy and everything else in the world of hip hop. You know, it's not quite a circle the wagons, we're going to defend this guy thing. It's more of just like a distance of just like, okay, we don't want to be anywhere near any of this stuff. And then you start to wonder like, okay, I mean, how many of those parties did you go to? You know, like people are going to have to some explaining to, you know, it's like, well, those parties change. Jamie Foxx, I think, was out there saying like, yeah, I don't know, man. I left those parties early. I don't know. Like, yeah, I went to some of those parties, but I was not around. I didn't see any of that. And I think that's probably, that's probably plausible. But yeah, I don't know. How much do you trust Jamie Foxx? That becomes a whole other thing. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, where's the Clips album? Yeah, I don't know what's the deal with the Clips album. That's finding a way to write a new Clips album with everything that's gone on with them. Seems tricky. I don't know. Like you know, obviously with Malice changing his name to No Malice and being about the Lord, it kind of makes it a little different. They did a track together, like a couple of tracks together over the last few years, and those were fine. But yeah, I don't know what the deal with that is. If there's been any talk about when that record's actually going to come out or whatever. But yeah, I don't know, man. Hip hop has just seemed real I don't know, an extra level of sketchy just with everything that's been happening. It just feels fucking bad out there. Obviously with all the fallout from that, obviously, like Diddy at this point, there's so many accusers and so many things going on. You're like, okay, something, I'm not a jury here, but I look at that and go like, it seems pretty likely that some bad things happened here. And this is going to, this is not something that they're just going to like, it's going to go away someday. Oh, we were wrong about Diddy. He's a great guy. No. And then all of the other, the kind of the other, the fallout from that, right? And the stuff with Drake has always been very non-specific, but like it's been interesting watching people turn on Drake. Like even before Kendrick kind of, got out there and gave it the big push it needed, watching people for the last year or so turning on Drake in the public, just not even like other rappers or whatever, just like, as Drake became like meme material, and people just started openly making fun of Drake constantly. Like TikTok was rotten with people just fucking laughing at fucking Drake, and yeah, they were right to do so. Like he's a fucking clown, he's an idiot, he's a fucking corny, pathetic figure, and he has been for a good long time now. And and now it's like, then it took on this extra dark tone of like, oh, and is he also like trying to play gangster, and did he get this other, did he pay to have this dude killed? Did he, what's the story with him and kids and all of that stuff? And there's a lot of like terrible rabbit holes. There's a subreddit I've been looking at occasionally, and I should really just stop because it's nonsense. But it's people that are like trying to do insane digging into everything, and so that like they've pulled all these different business documents about all the different LLCs and different things that Drake has and whatever weird business ventures he's had and abandoned and all this other stuff over the years, and just watching the internet. Yeah, the internet sleuth thing is just fucking terrible. Like 99 times out of 100 it's bad, and then you get that one time where it's like they stumbled onto the truth. Wow. Like broken clocks and whatnot. But yeah, watching people pull apart every single Kendrick Lamar anything ever and read try to have a close read, especially, oh my God. It's especially really fun when some of these people don't have any context or any like they have no depth of knowledge about hip hop. So there are things that are plainly obvious what the intent was and what does this lyric mean? And you're like, well, this means this. Like, why are we even? And they're like, well, I think it means, and they go off on this like 20-minute thing, and you're like, oh, did you just start listening to hip hop like last year, or what's the? I don't understand. What is what? And so that's real weird. On top of that, it's just everything's fucked now. Everything. It's not just hip hop. It's not just video games. It's just everything. There's a dearth of expertise in all topics, and but no shortage of people trying to act like experts about every topic all the time. And it's bad. I don't know. It's bad. Everything. So it's yeah, but I still follow that stuff because it's like tickling in some weird way to watch people go like, well, this LLC and this and there's some guy out there that worked for some hotel and he's got some documents and stuff that Drake left behind when he stayed at the hotel and he tried to sell it, and it's just fucking crazy, the circus that has popped up around all of this stuff. And But I do think that there's probably something to aspects of all of that, like I don't think that Drake has been living a fucking clean life. I don't think that he's been away from. it's very easy for me to believe that he found himself in a situation where he had enough money to feel untouchable and thought like, well, I don't like that guy, so let's handle it. And may eventually go down for something related to that. Who knows? Who knows, man? And meanwhile, yeah, he's out on the yacht with Millie Bobby Brown? Like, what the fuck's going on? The fuck's going on? Do I think that the internet was better before everyone needed it? And related to, does everyone deserve it? Yes. Yes. The internet was better before it was infiltrated. So, we're going through some stuff, obviously, with my mother-in-law having passed away. Her husband is not an online dude. He has a flip phone. You cannot text him. Half the time you cannot call him because he doesn't keep the phone on him. And yeah, it does, like, as I say it out loud, I'm like, that actually does sound cool, doesn't it? But in the context of, like, there's a lot of work that has to get done, a lot of logistical stuff around bank accounts and documents and death certificates and this and that. Like, there's a lot of fucking shit that has to get done. And, pension plans and death benefits from a pension plan, for example, where we went online and filled out a form, and then that's supposed to generate a letter that gets mailed, but the letter didn't show up. And so he's like, well, where's this? What am I, and he has no idea what to do about any of this stuff. So, so then, we're, my wife's making phone calls, and we have a laptop that I've been going through and finding documents as needed, and like looking through all this stuff to try to piece it all together. It's not that complicated. There's been situations where people have passed away that there's way more crazy documents and all of that. So, but we're going through this, and it's a process of, like, you call up and you're like, okay, so did this get sent out? And they won't tell you because it's sensitive information, even though, the power of attorney is with my wife. And so, you're making these calls going like, okay, well, did this document get sent where it needs to go? It seems like that should be a very easy question to answer, but they're like, well, if you think that the person that should be the beneficiary of this has not gotten the document, then perhaps that person should call and check on this, because we can't give you that information over the phone or at all because you're not the person. And it's like, okay, like, I get why it's this way. It's for the best that these things are, like, done in a secure way. But also, God damn it, like, now I gotta go to this guy and be like, I don't have, my wife does, and say, okay, now you have to call this place, and you need to give them this number, and you need to tell them this, and you need to tell them that, and then hoping that gets done properly. All of it would be a little bit more easily done over the internet if everyone was so connected, but that's not the case. And so it becomes like everything becomes a minimum of a 1-day turnaround, if not way more, even on just like, hey, can you call these people? It's like, that's not okay. Well, yeah, that'll happen maybe tomorrow, and then yeah. So I don't know. The internet is a good thing. It's good that people have access to it. It's good that they have it's good that people have access to information. Like, I think there's something about the democratization of access to information, which we're not there yet. I mean, there's still plenty of people in bad parts of this country where access to the internet is not something that is easily gotten, and everything else. Broadband distribution is often bad, and what have you. So I don't mean to say that it's a solved problem or anything like that, but but yeah, generally, people should have that sort of access to it. I look at it as a really weird thing for like school. Like my wife gets an email from the school every week about like, okay, here's what the plan is. And it's always some crazy thing that's like, okay, on Thursday, it's this day and everyone needs to wear red, or, or they did like Grinch Day. And it's like, you need to wear a Grinch sweater. I'm like, well, what if someone doesn't fucking have a Grinch sweater? And what if someone can't afford or find a Grinch sweater for Grinch Day? And then 2 days after that is like ugly Christmas sweater day. And it's like, wear your favorite ugly Christmas sweater. And so it's like, you just look at all that stuff and you're like, how many things are parents supposed to buy for kids to wear exactly once because they will grow out of them? And how much money is a parent supposed to spend? So, and we, we're in a position where we can afford that. But she, I don't know that my daughter wants to necessarily like partake in all of those things. And so, we pick and choose, I guess, a little bit, but it's this weird thing of just like, there's this like, you worry like, okay, if I don't get her a fucking Grinch sweater, is she going to get ostracized by the other kids in the class for not participating? Is there going to be like a bad social effect here if I just say, what the fuck? No, well, fuck this. Like, it's fucked up, man. It's like it's a real weird head trip around it where you're just like, shit. Like, what do I gotta do? Fuck. This kid is fucking 5 years old, and what are we doing? Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. And I don't remember anything being like that when I was in elementary school. And so, it's just it's an interesting. And I wonder when are all these kids going to be expected to have computers or tablets or something like that? Like, is that just a high school thing? Is that a junior high thing or middle school, whatever? Like, I don't know how, is the school going to eventually say, here's your Chromebook or something to the kids? And then I have to deal with like, well, I guess my daughter has a computer now. I don't know that I am into that, but okay. And have to figure, I don't know how that's going to go. I don't know what year that becomes a thing. Probably not in elementary school. But strange. It's a strange. It's all become very weird around a lot of that. So, and whatever, I don't know. Certainly, I don't know. I don't know if you have to use the school computer or if you can just kind of bring your own. If they said, here's a Chromebook, I might be inclined to say like, look, I'm going to get my daughter a fucking laptop that isn't dog shit. For your Uncle Pilot says, for my kids, Chromebooks started in 3rd grade. Wow. I mean, that's cool. Like, I would have loved to fucking have a fucking computer, like another, a computer when I was in the 3rd grade. That's cool as hell, man. But, I don't know. But it's just such a strange. Yeah, I don't know. There's just a lot of that stuff that I had not anticipated when we started having kids and started sending them to school. It was that realization of just like, oh, and then eventually she's going to start asking for a fucking phone. And then what, and then what? We have a friend whose kids are slightly older. And I believe is 10 or 12 years old, maybe. And this girl is just like buried in her phone all the time. Looking at TikTok. And is like surly, like do not interact with me. I am here looking at this, and it's just like, okay. And you see it happening, and you're like, that's probably not great. That's probably not great. But what do you do? I don't know. At some point, you'll want your kids to have a phone just so you can keep fucking track of them. Where are they? Where do they live? Or did they lose their phone? or whatever. Yeah, and it's a strange. So to answer your question, I think that the internet has made the world a better place, but also it's like it's terrifying in like 9 different ways now than it was then. I don't know. When I was a kid, it was all the like, cops are coming to school to fingerprint all the kids because kidnapping. Didn't you hear about what happened to Kevin Collins? You've got to fingerprint your children. And I was legit worried about people dosing me with drugs. I somehow got a fear of like someone's going to like, they're not going to kidnap me, but they're going to shoot me full of drugs and get me addicted to drugs so that I have to buy the drugs. That was the business plan I had worked out in my head. It wasn't just the like, because yeah, the like, who's going to give out free drugs? People that want to get kids hooked on drugs so that the kids have to buy the drugs. That's how it works, man. They're going to hold me down and shoot me full of heroin. I don't know. I never went to any kind of dare classes or anything like that. I think I was a little like the kids younger than I was ended up getting the full like dare treatment. I think I was a little bit ahead of all of that. Like the Just Say No stuff started up, but dare kind of didn't make its way into the schools for a little bit afterwards. And yeah, I don't know. It was just it's just the mind fuck of like, this is the terror. You've got to worry about this stuff. And you're like, yeah, I mean, okay. Like there was one kid in my school and he was the class bully because he was older than everybody because he had been held back at least 1 year, if not 2. And, you know, we're at recess once and, you know, we're doing like running, you know, they're getting us ready to run a foot race or, you know, like relay race or something like that. And, this kid, this was like 5th grade. And this kid goes and does his run, and then he just starts coughing uncontrollably. And the teacher goes, "What happened? What's going on?" And he said, and he said, I was smoking pot. And I was like, What? A kid in my class? A 5th grader? Smoking drugs? What the hell? It was terrifying. So yeah, I don't know. Like, is being a kid scarier now? I think being a kid now is scarier because of the internet. I think that, you know, the whole like, it's not so much the like the windowless van pulls up and, "Hey kid, I lost my kitty cat. You want to help me look for it?" Like that. That is not the stereotype of fear. It's more like, "Hey kid, you seem really grown up for your age. We should hang out. How about I wire you a bus ticket? I love talking to you in this chat room." Like that, I think is, and maybe it's changed again, but like that was something that was definitely like kind of happening more and more over the years here. But yeah, I don't know. It's a fucking yuck, I guess is the overall feeling of the whole thing. But yeah, I don't know. The having more and more people be connected in today's world, I think creates a larger attack surface for people that would do harm to children. And it's some of the scary thing about, you know, when I talk about like, oh, a lot of parents or a lot of people are not equipped, are not computer literate enough, whether it's, you know, I was talking about it in the context yesterday on the podcast of like taking apart a PC or building a PC or fixing a PC or whatever, but it's kind of everything. It's, you know, it's like, how do these apps work? How do these phones work? We were already at a point where I think today's parents are on the other side of that kind of digital divide, where some of them maybe remember, you know, some of them are young enough to go like, oh man, on MySpace, it sure was creepy, and have like that sense of like, oh, right, like this shit is potentially dangerous. And to be able to understand how it might be dangerous and how to protect and things you might do. And then you have the parents that are just like going to be completely disconnected from all that stuff and have no idea what their kids are into. And no way to no way to handle it, no way to monitor it, whatever else to help on that. And that's, I don't know, like, you got to try to stay on top of this stuff, I guess. And whatever, my job has basically required me to stay on top of this stuff. So, you know, I guess I feel lucky in that weird way. My wife is younger than I am, and she does not have I mean, you know, like she doesn't even have a laptop anymore. Like when we met, she had a laptop, but did not replace it when it got old, and has just been on a phone. And sometimes she'll like, this form is impossible to fill out. I'm like, well, that's because you're using a phone. And sometimes this stuff is just better served in a fucking desktop browser. And it's like, come in the office and open this up here and we'll fill it out and whatever else. But like, it's, I don't know, stuff's a mess. Stuff's a fucking mess. Yeah. It was a cool Christmas concert. They sang their songs. They didn't know most of the words, but it was still fun. It was nice to go. What's up with video games? Are there any left? This came out. Let's, you know, let's mess. I want to mess with this because I haven't really messed with it too much. The Pinball FX DLC came out with what is it? It's Earthshaker, Bonsai Run, and Black Knight 2000. I'll start. I owned an Earthshaker machine for a while. I don't. So yeah, I'm gonna swap to the normal physics here and try that out, because I feel like their realistic physics are not good either. But I feel like they're you know, like if you look at the settings for when you set it to the pro table or whatever, they say it's a steeper play field. But I feel like their play fields are too steep regardless. I like the ball feels like it just like comes down too hot. Like it just, like the whole thing feels bad to me. A lot of tearing here. I can't remember the last time I saw on-screen tearing in a game. But here we are. But I don't think their realistic physics are any good. They don't feel realistic to me. They never have. But these normal physics have never felt right either. It's just like wrong in a different way or something. And then they add all this stuff to the table that I just don't know. Like, you can hit a button and we can turn all that shit off if you don't want the dumb car in the corner. And the pop-up scores are also, I think, kind of crummy. Ray tracing. Yes. Let's ray trace these tables. Yeah, you can kind of set like, oh, I only want the pop-up scores to be, well, I guess I can't turn them off completely, can I? Okay, turn on the flying score display. Floating notifications, is that it? Is score display that stuff, or is it... Okay, yeah. Also, something about the music sounds really off-pitch and fucked up to me, but I don't know. Well, turning on I don't know if it was turning on ray tracing that did it, but like the playfield seemed a little too dark before. Still kind of does. My controller is shaking. Earthshaker's a neat machine, and I was glad to have owned it because I got it for free, but I would not call myself a big fan of Earthshaker. It's fine. Earthshaker, yeah, Earthshaker is no rump shaker at all. I don't have my machine, so I can't like do any like A/B testing, but like this music sounds terrible and off pitch. Maybe the original was like that. I can't remember for sure, but I don't remember it being this bad. Alright, let's play some Bonsai Run. Bonsai Run is a cool pinball table. I would not say it's my favorite, but it's real neat. Because you can play in the back glass, and that's cool. Yeah, a lot of tearing. Why is that? I mean, it's, you know, VSync is on. Why? Okay, why are we at a lower resolution also? Let's try that instead of, and not turn on VSync just yet. Oh, this is terrible. What have you done? Why would they do it this way? What fucking kind of boneheaded shit is this? What the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong? Jesus Christ. Your solution to this is to show the upper screen at all times? That's your default view? At no point did you go like, oh, well, our default view should probably be just like all the other ones, but we're going to need to have an adjustment for when it goes up into the back glass. Like, do I have to... I'm sure there's a setting that is acceptable, but that's a really weird thing to do for default. I guess I'll turn on VSync. I mean, I thought the whole point of these hot G-Sync monitors was to never have to worry about VSync. But here we are. Oh, jeez. I'm going to turn off the gloves down here. Yeah. Realistic motorcycle things. Let's see if we can fix the... No, that's way worse, actually. Huh. Well, all right. We'll turn HDR back off because even the tone mapping is an art, not a science, as they say. So even when you change the color space and all of that stuff in ways that you're supposed to for when you are attempting... Jesus, all right, this is going great. It's been the thing about having HDR movie rips and then trying to play them on SDR screens and the way that stuff gets tone mapped and everything else. It's just... Well, that was a great... It did great. Did outstanding. I'm just trying to head for the hill. Left stick is your nudge here. Feels like it's not running evenly. Like the ball is like it's not running in a stable fashion. All right. I put a move on Bluebeard. So the basic idea is that down here you activate the targets on the top play field that, like in the, you know, the story of the table is you passing the other racers. And so when he says he's challenged Yellow Belly, now if I go back up to the upper table, the Yellow Belly targets will be lit for me to pass him. I just wanted to go to the top playfield once. So, mission accomplished. I think it goes back to this screen too quick. You should be able to hear a little bit more of that music. Pachinko stream? You want a Pachinko stream? I mean, you know, there's... You know, we could be playing the Mr. Do Pachi slot game that they did I believe a PlayStation 2 version of. I would need to look it up and figure out which collection it's in. You think Medieval Madness is the best pinball machine of all time? I don't agree with that, but that's I feel like that's an acceptable answer. Medieval Madness is a cool game. I mean, I like Tina Fey, so predisposed to like Medieval Madness, I guess.
I am the Black Knight.
Yeah, they're like emulated audio sounds like off pitch to me on all three of these machines. Like the digital samples feel like they're playing back at the right rate, but it just sounds wobbly. It sounds like it's not running right or something. It sounds broken. Also, this fucking dickhead throwing his lightning bolts up here, I think is just like, I don't like the shit, and you can turn it all off, but I feel like inclined to leave it on because I just want to see what they did to the tables to add some extra flair to it. But also I feel like 95% of the time it just sucks. We'll count it. Am I high, or did they do a Black Knight 3000? Did they do another, like, more recently? Did they try to do a newer Black Knight table? Yeah, there is some newer one. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it. This is bad playing right there. Black Knight Sword of Rage. Okay. I guess that makes more sense than calling it Black Knight 3000, but I think Black Knight 3000 would be... They did a sci-fi Black Knight table. I mean, it'd have to be this, like, kind of this layout again, right? I mean... I gained 40 XP. Sweet. Do I need to download, a VPX or something if I want to play some Black Knight Sword of Rage? Is that, stuff like that in there yet? I don't know. I wish they don't have it. They removed it from circulation at some point, and so I'd probably have to, like, pull out, what? I guess, like, what? Zen Pinball for the Xbox 360 or something? But, like, the first tables that these guys put out, there's a skateboarding themed table that is pretty similar to the, like alarmingly beyond not an accident, but very similar to Black Knight 2000. And that table has just kind of mysteriously disappeared from, like, some of these tables I think go back that far. Pasha might be one of them. I don't remember for sure. But some of these of their originals are quite old. But they have not kept all of them around. Little road show. I think Theater of Magic is a fucking fantastic table. I would say Theater of Magic is better than Medieval Madness.
Theater of Magic.
If we were ranking them, oh god.
Here is another ball. You have the magic. Shoot up the center staircase.
Ah.
Make the ball vanish.
Yeah, this thing's not running great. Like it just feels like the ball is slowing up and or slowing down and speeding up. Like just the pace of it feels off. I mean, it's just not running consistently. It's not like it doesn't feel like it's dropping frames. It's more just like it's fucking up.
Hocus pocus.
Can we do a comparison with Pinball Arcade? I think I still technically own that on Steam.
Hacked magic.
Maybe we could reinstall that.
Shoot for the magic trunk. You must concentrate. You have the magic.
Like, I know it's been delisted, but I think I...
Oh no!
Oh.
This ball is full of magic. The first ball is locked. It's 2 o'clock.
I believe Farsight, the developers of Pinball Arcade, made the cornhole game. The professional cornholing game that is on Steam. That studio's been around forever. They're in the middle of nowhere. They're like in what? They're up in Big Bear or something. Just up there fucking making games.
3, 2, 1.
Like, all right, we lost our pinball license. Cornhole time.
Jackpot is lit.
You have the magic. It's magic.
Ah, pff. Great. Do I still have Earthshaker? No, I traded my Earthshaker machine for a Smash TV cabinet. People were mad about this thing too. I don't know, like it still seems like it has all that stuff. But like you can buy tickets to play the tables, or there's something. I don't know if they backed down from that, but the way this game was sold was weird. Anyway, this is what music season just started. Okay. What? What do I still have as far as Pinball Arcade is concerned? At one point I lost access to it, and then it's a whole weird thing. All right. Well, I'm going to install this 19 gig thing, and hopefully it won't fuck up the frame rate too much while it's installing. Sometimes that's totally not a problem, and sometimes it is. It's you never know. You never know. Well, we'll install some Pinball Arcade. I want to set VPX back up and do all the visual pinball and VPin MAME and everything. I want to get that all back up and running. Because that was always cool as hell. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Heinous Penguin says maintaining a pinball is a lot of work. Those Theater of Magics have a lot of problems with the spinning trunk. Totally. The Earthshaker machine I had came out of a tattoo parlor where they had it in the window. And so sitting in the window of a tattoo parlor, the sun would shine right in and just cook that table. And so all the plastics got warped. There's a clear plastic ramp on the left side that like had broken loose from one of its stands because of how warped it had gotten. And so the ramp still worked. You could still play it. It was still a rollable ramp or whatever, but it was just wavy and weird, which fits the theme of the Earthshaker thing just fine. I remember at one point I asked Ed Boon, because I figured he would know. I said, hey, do you still have, like, is there still a warehouse full of pinball machine parts somewhere that's part of Midway? Like, or, you know, but they had sold all that stuff off. And so I don't know who ended up with whatever their old stock of pinball material, where that ended up going. But they didn't have it all anymore. People, you know, like the cool thing about maintaining these tables is that there is a very active community of people who are making new parts where they need to, where like stuff doesn't exist anymore. They're like, all right, we're going to do a small run of Earthshaker ramps. And so anyone who needs one, get on board and order, you know. And so, you know, the collector community is very active and very helpful when it comes to like keeping these things up and running, and you know, as the parts break, figuring out, you know, what to do to make sure that stuff can still operate, and that's fantastic. All right, that download finished. We'll play it in DX11 mode, I guess. All right. This is launched in a very strange window, a very small window. And I have hit Alt-Enter to try to full screen it, and all of my monitors have gone dark. They're blinking, they're figuring out what's going on. They're trying to figure it out. Okay, 2 of the 3 monitors have come back. And this has become full screen. Yeah, I remember this being a problem. It's full screen, but it's like running at fucking 320 by 240 or something. It's like it is not. Oh, and the cursor, my on-screen cursor does not correspond to where it should be for, so I can't even get into the settings to fix it. We're gonna. Okay. No, I cannot pick the options in the upper right corner. It will not let me. How do I can't even pick. All right, we're gonna Alt F4 this. I can't. No, we're not gonna Alt F4 it. Great. Fuck, dude. Stop. Be quiet. Okay. I can't. It lit up there for a sec. So like I can't put the cursor on that checkbox because the whatever there. Okay, way down and to the right, I found it. Okay, let's try relaunching that. Launch configuration utility. Let's see what that has to say about anything. Okay. 2560 by 1440. That is exactly what we're looking for. Let's just go with the DX9 version. Oh, good. I've hit done and it has crashed. The configuration utility has crashed. I can't believe they're not maintaining that. Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame what happened with Pinball Arcade. You know, them losing the license and this thing going off sale. It's a better product when it comes to playing these classic pinball tables than the Zen product. Okay. All right. So what do we got here? We got Funhouse.
The theater awaits.
I gotta hang on. So this game obviously does not have any the pro menu. Oh man. Steam input has changed quite a bit since this game was released, and so it was not on by default, and turning it on mid-game did not make my controller work, so we're going to quit out and relaunch. One more time. Did they ever put out Pinball Arcade After Dark? Yeah, so yes, Pinball M is what they called it when Zen put out their, like, whatever M-rated pinball thing. Pinball M. Yeah, Farsight was running Kickstarters to try to get the Terminator license and all that stuff. I ended up backing, I think, Terminator 2. Frankenstein. No, I don't want to play Frankenstein. Now we've done it.
The theater awaits. Welcome to the Theater of Magic.
Yeah, you know, assets and stuff, like the resolution on the table is, you know, from a different era.
The Tonight's performance is about to begin.
Shoot for the magic trunk.
But I think the ball feels heavier in this than it does in Pinball FX. Like, that's my big problem, is like sometimes the ball just feels like it's made of rubber in Pinball FX. Like, no matter like what physics setting you pick, whether it's classic or realistic, like sometimes it just feels wrong.
Trunk escape.
Shoot for the trunk.
And so, you know, no digital simulation of a real pinball table is ever going to feel 100% like the thing. But this just feels more accurate as someone who has probably played 1,000 fucking games at least of a real table. This one feels much closer to that than the other thing does. And yeah, yes, all the visual pinball, all the, you know, people with their weird VBS scripts for fucking physics and everything, like all of the VPinMame stuff always felt pretty good too. And so, like, that's why, you know, I sound like a broken record when I talk about it, so I don't talk about it as often anymore because I just say the same fucking thing every time. But like, I think it's a goddamn shame what has happened to these licensed pinball tables, because I think the people that have those licenses are like kind of doing bad fucking work. Like, they're recreating like the look of the table, like all of that stuff. They're doing a good job on that end of it. But I think actually playing games in Pinball FX sucks compared to some of the other options that have been available. And I think that's sad.
Go for the center loop.
Bam.
Shoot for the spinner. Hurry up. Take the ball. Vanish.
You have the magic.
The second ball is locked. Go for the center loop.
All right.
Multi-ball. Shoot for the trunk.
If you like having a man and sometimes a woman tell you to shoot for the magic trunk, Theater of Magic is the pinball table for you. Because half the modes in this game, they'll be like, hey, shoot for the magic trunk. Like, oh, really? When in doubt, give that magic trunk a bump.
Go for jackpot.
Ah.
3 o'clock.
It's magic.
Tonight's performance is about to begin.
Shoot for the magic trunk.
Oh, shoot for the magic trunk? Okay.
Vanish. Tiger Saw.
Shoot for the captive ball. Replay!
Please shoot again.
for the captive ball. Tiger Star jackpot! 5 o'clock.
Nah.
Go for the extra ball.
7 o'clock.
They're very big on me knowing what time it is. It's like, what is this guy, Dracula over here with his clock tower full of gears?
Shoot into the trapdoor.
Tonight's performance is about to begin.
Shoot for the magic trunk. Straight jacket escape.
Shoot. I knew you could do it.
Hocus pocus.
8 o'clock. Take the ball. Vanish.
This lady's just all hocus pocus. You're like, what? Oh, yeah, I guess. Okay. What's some magic shit that we could say? Hocus pocus.
Magic. Lock is lit.
Go for the center loop.
I have done as you have asked.
The first ball is locked.
Okay.
The second ball is locked. Multi-ball. Shoot for the trunk.
3, 2, 1.
Nah.
Vanish.
Having an okay game here.
Nine o'clock. Shoot for the captive ball.
Yep.
10 o'clock. Amazing. Tonight's performance is about to begin.
Shoot for the magic trunk.
Yeah, I saw that the Killzone thing came out for Helldivers. That's cool. It's not going to get me to reinstall Helldivers. I think I've had my time with that game, but cool.
Hack magic. Shoot for the magic trunk.
Oh, the magic. Okay, all right. The magic trunk. Got it.
You must concentrate. You have the magic.
Time is running out.
Ah.
Shoot into the trapdoor. Hocus pocus. is lit.
Go for the center loop. Tonight's performance is about to begin.
Shoot for the magic trunk.
The first ball is locked.
Okay.
Please, shoot again.
Amazing skill.
Amazing skill.
Go for the center loop. The second ball is locked. The rope is breaking.
Nah, damn it. Could have got one more multi-ball out of it. Two credits. I feel like what I should do is I should get one of those knockers, the like you got a free credit in a pinball game, or Hubert just jumped off the fucking pyramid, and just hook it up to something, and so I can just have a button that makes the noise, and just get some particle board or whatever, just like cut out a side of a broken pinball table or whatever for it to hit against. And anytime I'm feeling down, anytime I'm feeling a little low, just hit the button and make it go cack. Like, yeah, all right, everything's fine now. Theater Magic, hell of a pinball table. Great pinball table. I mean, it's no Frank Thomas Big Hurt pinball. Actually, I remember that Big Hurt game being all right. It's I don't, you know, maybe we'll look at that. I don't know while we're here.
Make it so. Welcome to the Enterprise.
Enterprise, the Borg have entered Federation space. Intercept immediately. Admiral Biaggi out.
Course laid in, sir. Engage.
Oh. This is another table I would accept if you were trying to say, you know, hey, what's your favorite pinball table or whatever. This is another one I'd be like, yeah.
Sir, a strange object is dead ahead.
On screen. Magnify. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Initiate simulation.
Congratulations. Cruising at warp vector 2. Fire phases. Excellent shot, Lieutenant. Commence firing. Well done, Lieutenant. Fire when ready.
Nope. Damn it. It's hard to line that up when you can't like duck, when like the whole thing with that is, you have to like move.
Warp
your body to look and aim and line up the shot yourself. And so it's kind of a hard thing to do on a fake pinball machine.
Fire phases.
Simulation complete.
Sensors are picking up. Send to Starfleet. We have engaged the Borg. Battle stations. Phases at ready.
Get fucked.
Jackpot. Commence firing.
Have a little more. Oh, all right.
All hands prepare for multi-ball.
It's so sick that they got the actual voice actors or the actual actors from the show to record specific fucking dialogue for it. The idea of a Jean-Luc Picard saying all hands prepare for multi-ball is some of the fucking coolest shit.
The shields are at maximum.
We have heavy casualties on all decks.
Jackpot. Sensors are picking up a Ferengi.
Hurry up. Activated.
Warp factor 8. Get the extra ball.
And then I guess so. They at some point the ROMs got out, or I don't know what the deal is, but Michael Dorn, they did a special version for him, I guess, and so that he recorded other dialogue that is like I can't think of any examples, but it's like basically saying like you look very beautiful today, you know, like whatever. And so I when I got all the samples, because I was putting a couple of samples from this game on my soundboard, like it had all that with it too.
The kickstart is ready. Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander. Prepare for maximum acceleration.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Congratulations, Commander.
5,
Extra ball.
4, 3, 2,
Holodeck program ready.
Sensors are picking up a Ferengi freighter in the neutral zone, cruising at warp factor 2. 10 million.
Ah, whoop. Ah.
Shoot again.
Not a bad first ball, I guess, huh? Oh, shuttle simulator, I guess. I'm a sucker for these video modes. I'm always terrible at them. Oh, see?
Captain, our ship is disabled. We need uranium speed. We need them now.
The kickback is ready. Sensors are picking up, sir. The Romulans are hailing us. On screen. We send to Starfleet. We have engaged the Borg. Battle stations. Fire when ready. Fire all weapons. Jackpot. Fire phases. Super jackpot.
Super jackpot.
Prepare for multi-ball.
Captain, we have heavy casualties on all decks.
You will be
Ah.
Super jackpot. Damage report.
We have heavy casualties on all decks.
Damage report.
Damage coming in.
Jackpot.
Ah, shit. Oops.
Cruising at warp factor 2.
Where is it? No.
Delicious pan pizza and delicious thin and crispy pizza. What more could a customer want?
Increase speed to warp 9.9.
I'll just take the 25 million.
Shoot again.
I never really launch a probe. Is that?
Launch of Class 1 Pro.
Oh, right. Ah.
The probe has discovered nothing, sir.
Cruising at warp factor 2.
Evacuate all personnel. Dilithium crystals have been collected.
Oops.
Readings indicate lock is lit, sir.
Oh.
We need them now. More, please. Most gracious, Captain.
5 million.
More, please.
Oh.
Good luck.
Time rift adds time.
A distortion in the space-time continuum.
Send to Starfleet. We have engaged the Borg.
Battle station.
Oh, shit.
Man all weapons. Jackpot. Fire phasers.
Oh.
All hands prepare for multi-ball.
Captain, we have heavy casualties on all decks.
Yep.
Damage report.
Damage coming in from all decks.
The shield. Jackpot. down. Super jackpot. The kickback is ready. Sir.
Oh well.
We've all gone back in time.
Captain, the computer is malfunctioning.
Isolinear chips have been collected.
Ah, yes, isolinear chips.
The Picard maneuver. Nicely done. Here we go again.
Oops, damn it. Not a bad run, huh? Gotta say,
Sensors are
having an okay game.
Ship in the neutral zone. Readings indicate lock is lit, sir.
You're right. Yes, if they had gotten Patrick Stewart to say shoot for the magic trunk, that would have been some real shit. Yep. Froze up. I froze up.
You are an honorable player.
Thank you.
Captain's log supplemental. The crew performed admirably in dispatching the Borg threat.
That's a cool table. These are cool tables. Yeah, we're gonna, okay.
Unbelievable smash.
Gottlieb 95, huh?
Baseball fans, please welcome the big hurt number 35.
I think sports-themed pinball machines are sometimes pretty cool. Like, look at this big fucking middle ramp for home runs with a glove there to try to stop. Like, it's just, it's cool. There's a Monday Night Football pinball machine that has, like, you know, a ramp comes up and you launch the ball through the air off the ramp, like trying to kick field goals and shit.
Shoot the scoop. What a play, my friend.
Oh. Wait, the glove is Frank Thomas also?
Get
This
the extra ball.
is fucked up.
And player shoots again. Out.
Oh, I did not get any additional Frank Thomas cards.
I'm a super now.
All right. Anything else here before we go and do something else? I like Gorgar because that motherfucker says Gorgar. Me Gorgar. Like, I want it to not... I just want it to stay still. Gorgar is also cool because half the sound effects are we're also in like Defender and Robotron, like that era of arcade game. And so if you're just a fan of fucking cool sounds, as well as a voice occasionally telling you Gorgar, it's just a good time. Gorgar on the soundboard? I don't know. Maybe. That might be a good... So the last time I made changes to the soundboard, it was... I renamed... I kept the old file and then named this one, like, Soundboard 2024. And it got me thinking, like, yeah, maybe it's time for a larger overhaul of the soundboard, since it is, you know, going to be a new year here and all that. So yeah, I guess F-14 Tomcat's not in here. I thought it was. Or am I just missing the logo? Like, it's not under Tomcat, right? That wouldn't make any sense. Am I missing that pack, maybe? Yeah, because they sold all these tables as, like, DLC, adding on to a package. It's possible that at some point my licenses got messed up and there's some table, you know, and firepower is also good if you like fucking arcade sound effects that are good. If you like Defender noises, this is also a great game for that. If you like games that sound like hellish pressure cookers, might I recommend Firepower. Oh, brr. Oh. You are enemy. All right, Pinball. Black Hole's a great table. Like there's so many great tables in here, man. And the physics feel great. Twilight Zone's in here. Space Shuttle's a good one. Taxi's pretty good. Terminator 2, obviously. Whirlwind's fun. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking awesome stuff in here. It's a shame that they cannot sell it anymore. But that's business, I guess. Yeah, Elvira's a good table. Yeah, Elvira. Oh man. Huh. Maybe that'd be a good holiday project. Would be to set up VPX and all of that other stuff. See about getting that stuff running. But yeah, the soundboard, it's you know, it's probably time for an overhaul, but like so many of these effects I like so much that it'd be hard to imagine them not being here. But there are some that could probably go. I don't know, like Toasty! You know, maybe you don't need a toasty anymore.
Oh, Mondo, cool. That's
Mondo. You would need that. The most recent addition is this. Just Triple H saying take a bump. Take a bump. Take a bump. Take a bump. Which I love.
Knock, knock. Open up the door. It's real. Chill.
Yeah, it's just a lot of, I don't know, a lot of stuff on here. 64 sounds.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Bring plenty of cash.
$500?
World premiere.
Get down, everybody!
Oh no, the knife, man!
You're busted. GameCube.
Post Malone! Woo!
Drop it! Drop it!
Luna!
Konami.
Woo! Post Malone! Woo!
Is there any way to make it pick one at random? Not with this. I could probably set up a Stream Deck thing that did that. But I don't. Yeah, not with what I'm using. It's also a little far away. Honestly, these buttons could be a lot closer.
Gangster. Bad bingo.
Maybe the gangster from was this from Virtual Cop?
Gangster.
Maybe that doesn't need to be on here anymore.
Gangster.
You gotta be able to drop a bomb on it, son.
The video was fat.
Marky Mark saying the video was fat. Maybe that doesn't need to be there. This is my text message noise, so it's really confusing to have it here. The FM Towns commercial chime.
And don't forget the Joker!
It's fun, but...
Happy Easter, Xbox.
What is an algorithm?
I'm a super now.
The Mario pinball machine, I'm a super now, is pretty good.
$500? The Undertaker just picked up the Twisty Rockets.
Yeah. It's hard to part ways with any of those, to be honest, but maybe it's time to well, I should at least, I mean, I have this one that I've been thinking about putting on there, but I don't have a button for it. Ouch. Ouch. And then I have buttons over here too that are, that play different ones.
Come, Lord. Come, Lord. Enjoy your gaming. Come on, gamers, get crazy!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
And I don't really, these I don't use as much.
I'm gonna gargle your piss!
But that's useful, you never.
What fun.
I feel like I should just put...
Tony Khan will pay for his crime.
I should replace that with ouch. Because it belongs right next to the oh shit button.
Ouch. On your knees, Doc. Time to play the time to play the game.
That's just dumb. But yeah, it's probably about due for an overhaul on the soundboard, pretty much across the board. Could really maybe I just need to like divorce myself from all of them and just start over and see where I get to, because I don't think I have 64 new sound effects I would put on there, so maybe I just start throwing on the stuff that I want on there now and see how far I get and go from there. There's like, I don't know, there's some other sounds that I have that are not, that I either I've already taken off or I never put on, like this Action Jackson.
Mellow out.
Yeah, we'll mellow out. What else?
This copy is for Hype Williams.
I'm not going to put that on there, but we could watermark all the streams as being for Hype Williams. That one, that doesn't sound, this one didn't, I could not find a good New World Order that was like appropriate for soundboard use. They all sound, they all have too much music under them or whatever else. Add a producer tag. I have some. I have some sitting here. Where? Oh, where is that stuff? We have the 5-disc Warner Brothers sound effects library. So we have, that was Cartoon Squeak. There's some cartoon whistles here. Some cartoon snoring. Some motor noises. Some sci-fi noises. Yeah.
And here's your America This Mornings for Monday. This is an ABC News special report. Crisis in North Korea. Now reporting, George Stephanopoulos.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 NBA Legends Brunch is about to begin. Please take your seats.
World News Now weather. Brought to you by Laser Spine Institute.
Yeah, I've got a lot of important audio here. But there was more. There was that's not what I'm looking for. Oh, here we go.
We the best music.
Maybach music.
I'm in London, got my beat from London.
Yeah, you know, important stuff. Yeah, maybe some of those, maybe some of those could be on the soundboard. I don't know. But yeah. What I don't, yeah, mustard. You know, I feel like if I was gonna put mustard on the soundboard, that would have had to have been about a month ago, or however long. It's too late. We missed the window on it. We missed the window on mustard. It's too. Yeah, I don't know. And as much I do love it, but it's probably a little too known. I don't know. It's probably just it probably just shows up. It's had its time, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. That's something that I'm thinking about. Like, I don't know. Maybe we'll reconvene at some point here. I was gonna say next Wednesday, but that's Christmas. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really thought about any kind of schedule for the holidays or whatever. I'm planning to be with you Tuesday for the podcast. But maybe not Wednesday. Maybe I'll just do Tuesday and Friday next week or something like that. Yeah. Hyper Missow asking for a microphone. I did record the I did record her saying that we don't get hype, we stay hype, or whatever it was from the end of the last one of those. I do have that audio around here somewhere. I did keep that. I forget where it ended up, but there. No, that's not it.
You look at that, Kevin. It's the police.
That one's not on the soundboard anymore. Hi, everybody. It's Wednesday. I was playing some pinball, and I don't know. Might play something else. Might not. I don't really know how it's gonna go. What is this?
Because this coin has worldwide limited availability, it'll become harder to acquire and should only increase in value.
Yeah, that's hot soundboard stuff right there.
Real-time com.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Game creative staff. Wolf Team.
It's a little long. It doesn't. The Wolf Team one is fantastic, but whoa, that would be too. That would just be too abrasive to put on the soundboard. I think. I don't know as much. Well, I don't know. I do like abrasive noises, but here. Oh, so here's where. Well, this is what I was talking about with the Star Trek Next Generation Michael Dorn edition. Some of the custom a couple of the custom sound effects here.
You are very handsome, Mr. Dorn.
I think they just made a version of the game that when they sent it to Michael, that they got him to record that, or he wanted it recorded or whatever, and
you are very handsome, Mr. Dorn.
And then there's some way to. Yeah, I think it's a custom set of ROMs. I don't think it's something you can trigger in the official release of the game or anything, but it's in there somewhere.
Increase speed to warp 9.9. All hands, prepare for multi-ball. Where would you like to put it now, Q?
That's just hot stuff.
Where would you like to put it now, Q?
Oh yeah. Yeah, all the Axel give me some reggaes are too noisy. Now that there's better tools out there for editing audio and separating stuff out, separating noise from the background or whatever, maybe you could have an Axel give me some reggae that would be less shitty, but I don't know.
Come on, gamers, get crazy!
Yeah.
Art thou bored?
Yeah. All the hits. All the Soundboard classics. Should we check in on the anime lady game? I know they launched this season 2. I don't know if they added any content that's actually worth playing, but let's find out. Let's find out if the First Descendant has added anything worth doing. Okay. Why was that showing? Was that showing up for a second and now it's not? Or was it never showing up? Am I losing my mind? There it is. We're starting to drop frames. Let's see if we can find out what's going on. Let's see if we can figure out what's happening here. Yeah, it looked like the network just dropped out for a second. I don't really know what happened there. The recording is fine, and oh yeah, so when I replaced my server with a different machine, it has to do an off-site backup, and that's taking forever to complete, and so I have to go in and tell it, hey, don't do that. And sometimes it just decides it's going to do it, even though I say no, which is really messed up. And so I have to remote into it here real quick. And I guess I'll have to stop this service from running because it is... I don't know if that's what that was. I don't think that's what that was. I don't know what the fuck just happened there. That's weird. Anyway. It's Christmas time in Ass Shake City. Yeah, that was weird. That was not a... I think I just straight up lost connectivity across the board there for 20 seconds or something, because like it wasn't dropping frames. It was just like, it was just done. It was just like, no. Okay, so we have some kind of login thing. Was people playing music? What is that? Paint package, Breath of Winter. I got bright gray and shiny metal gold. I don't know. Oh, I guess they've got emotes with music now. Let's get involved.
One time for your mind, get rockin'. One time for your mind, we poppin'. One time for your mind, no maybes. Just yes, you'll release the stress.
Okay, speaking.
One time for your mind, no maybes. Just yes, you'll release the stress.
You guys like hip hop? All right. What do I need to do? I loaded this up like last week, and there was like a start of a quest, and then I didn't actually run on the quest, and so I don't know what I need to do here. What invasion? No, swallowing disappointment. Is that okay?
What's going on? You're here because you're worried about me. Well, there's no need. When it comes to the Void Abyss, my emotions tend to get the better of me.
Uh-huh.
HQ made the right call to leave this operation to Hound, and they were also right to choose you to support this operation.
Okay.
Personal feelings need to be left out of the equation if we want to achieve our overall goal.
That's just true, yeah.
All the right decisions have been made, and it's for the best. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel apprehensive.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
As someone who's been to the Void Abyss before, I have to warn you. Never, ever let your guard down.
Okay.
Not even for a moment. You must stay as calm as possible, even if you're under immense pressure.
Got it. That's me.
Keelan's experience and understanding of void vessels doesn't count for much.
Keelan. Okay. Is that a person? I'm guessing that's a person.
You'll be put under a tremendous amount of external force while you're conveyed.
Oh, God.
So remember what I've said.
Descendant, I have something to tell you. Please come and see me.
Okay, let's go. Now we'll go back upstairs and talk to... This is the ghost lady that only exists in your head, but she exists in everyone's head except for like 2 people, and they're jealous that they can't see the ghost lady?
You are here, Descendant. I have something to tell you concerning the Void Abyss.
Do I need to stay calm?
The Void Abyss is a place that is unknown even to me. I cannot find anything about it in my systems. I have searched the records of Albion headquarters for solid information, but unfortunately there are very few documents about the Void Abyss.
I feel like this lady has an accent now that she did not have before.
Is that void energy is very strong in the Abyss, and there are elements there that do not exist in Ingress. Void energy has a negative effect on the Arcade of Descendants. You and I are linked by Arcade, which means our link could be broken.
Uh-oh.
For now, I can only hope that our link will remain intact. But there are no guarantees. I will look into a way to stay linked to both you and Keelan for as long as possible. Please acquire as much data as you can from the Void Abyss and VV072.
Sorry, is
when you return to Albion,
is this AI? Did they
analyze the data and plan
There's something about the line reads here that sound extra bad. Like the voice acting in this game was never like incredible, but that had a real like I would certainly not put it past them. Who do I need to talk to now? Talk to Seneca. Okay, who's that? Where's the is there something else lit up somewhere? What is this? Okay, this is the guy that makes you go do the boss fights. It's not that guy.
One time for your mind, get rockin'. One time for your mind, One time for your mind, no maybes. Just yes, you'll release the
Talk to Seneca in Albion. Who is that? None of these things are lit up. Let's double check. Maybe this guy's name is Seneca, and now he's got 2 quests instead of 1. Yes, it is. Okay, it is. Okay.
There you are, Descendant. I've been informed that you're to be deployed on a reconnaissance mission to the newly discovered void vessel.
Yep.
VV-072.
VV-072. That's me.
Void space is full of our
Do I need to stay calm about the void?
The
Yeah.
remote abyss will contain greater threats.
This is cool what you're doing with your fucking D10s or whatever over here.
Why you need to be more cautious. The most important thing is not to lose consciousness while traveling.
Wait, I thought I had to remain calm. Now you're saying don't lose consciousness?
Traveling into the void abyss involves crossing dimensions and will subject you to immense gravitational pull, close to 10 times the gravity of Ingress. Traveling to a void intercept battle location is a walk in the park compared to this. As Ajax likely told you, if you lose consciousness...
I don't think this guy did this before. I think this is a new animation they have added since the last time I played it.
Even getting to the operation site itself could prove...
I'll activate the void radar once you're ready. Okay, so he's the guy I talked to do the void stuff? Is that... Let's make sure that I don't have voice chat turned on here before... Okay, mic off. Before we go and join something that might have other people in it while I'm talking into a microphone. Okay, unidentified void vessel exploration operation complete. Oh, okay, it's over here. Void vessel operations terminal. Or what if I danced? One time for your mind. You're convinced that guy was AI voice acting? So, you know, it's always possible that they put an effect on that dude's voice because they want him to sound computer-like. This is just dope. I've got to get the battle pass so that I can have that emote. Oh, I haven't played this game in a long time. I hope I remember how to play well enough to actually do whatever the fuck this is. I'm told that I need to remain calm and not lose consciousness. And also, one time for your mind. If you told me that AI wrote those lyrics, I would believe you. Wait, what happened to my pretty lady?
Signals are unstable.
Keelan, are you all right?
Oh, this is that Keelan fella I've heard so much about. Shoot for the magic trunk.
Stay where you are until the rendezvous.
I can handle it myself. Let's get this operation going.
It's like they, so far the vibe of this whatever this new mission type is they've added just from the few seconds here of watching this says, hey, we thought it would be cool if we put a little bit more Warframe in this game. This looks like a bad Warframe clone even more than it kind of did already.
Keelan, I need a status report.
I'm searching
like the layout, just the general look of this environment. Well, that's not in Warframe. You don't got weird goop.
This is
goop and dogs? And guns? Are you is a dog shooting people over there? That dog's got a gun. The fuck am I watching? Okay, it's a dog. Did that guy turn into a dog? Okay, no, this is a dog.
I know.
There's the guy's trying to shoot the dog.
Focus, go. Engaging.
They was gonna shoot a dog. I think he might be the new playable character they're going to add, or they added.
Contact with the target.
It's a dog, mate.
It's been a mistake. It's just an ordinary dog.
The signal is still responsive. It might have something to do with the ship.
It's a magic dog.
No way.
No way, indeed.
Keelan's archaeometrics are stabilizing.
This dog is not as ordinary as it looks.
Abort! Get out of there now!
HQ, check your comms. HQ!
I see you've met my dog.
This facility is
Dog City. Dog! I think you can have the dog with you. I saw last time I logged into this, I saw people that had a dog with them. Alright, this guy's gonna pop out a shield, but if you shoot the metal thing at the center of the shield, it causes the shield to retract. This is an original idea that we have just come up with. Come on, dog!
Knock, knock! Open up the door, it's real!
My gun in it! Dog gun? Pick up dog. Shoot dog like gun. Part gun. Gun part. Eat gun. Robot man eat gun. Crush gun. Stupid gun.
Find him and kill him.
Do I get to play this game at any point, or am I the dog now? Oh, okay. I'm over here now. What? Okay, press the R3 button to activate the Pathfinder. Try it when you're lost. That's why it's a good album. Click R3 if you get lost.
I received communication signal. Is that a descendant? You're finally
Dude, this is such like the rest of the game is not like this really. Part like it sort of is. But this just feels like they wanted to make even more of a Warframe thing, like in terms of just the layout of this level. Like blocked communications increase the time limit for combat with the enemy commander. You can see the number of blocked comms. All right. Okay, so the more of these I interact with, I get more time when I get to the end and have to fight a boss, I guess. Inside the void vessel, there are enemy forces that can block your RK. It means you have to shoot them because you can't cast spells. That's okay, because it turns out I have a gun. Also, there are enemies in the main game that do that. So that's not necessarily even new news. kind of forget what my abilities do, and also the adjustments I made to the aiming are negative. I made a mistake turning up the sensitivity on that. Turns out.
I'm guessing VV072 is already under remote control. The equipment's all over the place. Wait a minute. They're just passing. They have equipment everywhere. That's why it comes down.
I don't know what these things I'm picking up are. They seem like they would be important. Okay, we have a little bit of time here. Let's turn that sensitivity back down. At least on the aiming. Okay. Sure. I keep clicking the right stick because it said that was the way. Okay, there's that line. I was like, it said that there would be a line. Some objects have anti-void shields inside the void vessel. This is ridiculous. And you must use skill attacks to open them. Okay. That's not, you don't need to do that. Like as far as broken materials storage box. Oh, did I have to pick? I could only pick one? Is that the... Or I don't have keys to open the other ones? I don't know. All right, whatever. What's the... Okay. Yes, there is a grappling hook. Right. All right, here's another one of these. I suspect you have to do this mission once by yourself, and then every other time you do it, it'll matchmake you in with people or something.
Stay where you
are. Oh, keep going. Got it. It's a good, that's a really good caption. Question mark, question mark, question mark, indistinct sound. Yeah, thanks. If detected by a hacked surveillance drone, additional traps will be activated. Oh no. Not traps.
I'm loading.
You mean... Like this, I've prestiged this character like 4 times. I don't know, maybe this doesn't, maybe some of this content does not scale, or maybe because this is your first time in, it's meant to be very finishable, but boy, am I one-shotting the shit out of all these enemies.
Our comp should be back up soon.
Need to kill one more guy before the shield. There it is. Alright. Now kill that.
Descendant, please respond.
HQ, come in.
Keelan, you're alive. And I can also confirm the Descendant's biosignal. Keelan, your biosignals
That's
are
me,
unstable.
the Descendant. It would have cost too much money to have voice acting that was more specific to which character I was. Power control was connected to multiple traps and protected by an anti-void shield.
When I heard we lost comms.
Skill attacks. What am I gonna do? Oh, that? Yeah, okay.
Doggo is fine too. This dog.
Another one of these. I found it.
I thought to myself, stop barking, be quiet. Then it stopped. It's intriguing and cute.
Well, that's a shock. I didn't know you liked dogs.
No small talk during operations.
Must love dogs.
Cats too, by the way.
If you get my meaning.
No small talk during operations.
Why you just wait till I get back.
You can see.
Show you how much I like cats.
You are to cease operations and return immediately.
Stop.
Keelan, I have your current coordinates. Transferring you to Albion now.
Okay. See you in Albion, Descendant.
Like, oh no, enemy forces will appear. Who cares, man? Like, this... Yes, bring more things for me to kill that might drop loot that might matter. I don't know. That doesn't sound so bad.
But this data needs to be verified. I will send the target cell to
Alright, this now is bad. These guys are shooting me. It's not cool. I can't remember the level cap, so I don't. When these weapons are dropping with levels on them, I can't remember if that's if that's a higher level or anything, or if it's just the same garbage that always drops. Level 43. I think 50 is the cap. I thought 40 was the cap. No, you know what? What level 100 is the cap for items, and level 40 is the cap for characters. I think is what it is. There's a sniper or something. Fuck you, dick.
This could get messy.
Yay. Yeah, so I'm not at the level cap because I prestiged. This is a game about you leveling a character up over and over again, and the power gains for doing so get pretty minimal at a point. But if you eventually want to have the ideal version of a character, boy, you need to level it up over and over again. Just whatever. Stop shooting. Let me... All right, well, I guess we go to whatever the next area is here. Why am I not playing Warframe? Because I don't like it that much. It's all right. That's why I'm not playing Warframe. Because to play Warframe is to sit down and actually carve out some time to do it, because none of it makes any sense. And I don't even know. I know you have to complete missions before they'll even let you do the new Warframe stuff, and I don't know if I've done that. So I'm gonna, at some point when I have some actual time, I will maybe sit down and do that, but they're very tricky traps here. We found all 5 of these things. Now watch, I'll get to this boss fight and it'll just murder me over and over again, and that'll be that, and I'll be angry. I think that's what happened last time I tried to play this game. It's like this really easy mission. Oops, well. That then like the boss fight was super fucked, and y'all got secret stuff in there? I can't get it. I don't know, whatever. Very tricky. We made it somehow. Wee! Ah! Oh no! I did. What? All right, well. I want to like this game, but a lot of the decisions they've made about how you grind, and what you grind for, really took me out of it. Like the base combat of this game is actually pretty all right for what it is. In the realm of like fucking intensely average free-to-play games, like there's some gameplay to this. I liken it. The thing I always likened it to was Outrunners? Outwilders? No, not Outwilders. The People Can Fly game. Outriders, yes. Is like this is a totally fine video game. But Outriders, you didn't have to, they didn't make you dick around as much with all the grind and everything because it wasn't a free-to-play game. And so this game is just full of a bunch of fucking weird bullshit. Ah. That's nice looking fire. Oh. Come on, I need some skill power here to cast these fucking spells. If you want me to actually take this fucking guy out. There. Do I have to stand in... Oh, okay. Murky energy residue ×2. Advanced neural circuit ×5. 4 decryption keys. We are fucking rolling, dog. Hunter memory.
Well done, Descendants. Please return to Albion.
Alright. I don't think there's any other things to pick up here. This gun's at max proficiency, which means I should... You can also prestige the guns. Working on live service stuff broke you out of playing live service stuff maybe permanently? Yeah, I bet. Like, once you've seen the slot machine from the other side, why would you ever play it? Like, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, that seems... yeah, I bet that is not an uncommon reaction to working in the space. Yes, I've known other people that have worked in free-to-play and just been like, fuck this.
Descendant, I'm glad you made it back safely. I heard the amount of pressure in the Void Abyss was huge.
No, I one-shotted almost everything. It was fine. It's not that big a deal, lady.
I'd love to have you join our unit. Wouldn't that be great, Keelan?
Sure, they're useful enough.
I'm thinking about me dog.
Their own. Thanks to you, the mission was a success. You did well, even though you weren't trained for it. Inez, why are you looking at me like that?
Wow.
She's not looking at you at all.
This really is a scary place. It's changed your arcade traits, and now it's even changed your personality. I've never heard you compliment anyone before. Keelan's still in there somewhere, right?
Never mind. Descendant.
The body language of a table read.
I hear they're preparing a follow-up operation. Inez, I've got to drop by the Magister Research Institute. I'm a little worried about that doggo we rescued.
That man actually said doggo. Like they wrote that into the game.
I didn't know he liked dogs.
They decided that was the way they wanted to go with it. He said it earlier too? All right, yeah, I just must have missed it. I'm disgusted.
What is it now?
What the fuck do you want now? What the fuck's going... All right, fine.
Descendant, I've been waiting for you. First of all, thank you for your hard work you put into this operation. An impressive achievement for your first Void Vessel exploration. It's no wonder Hound wants to recruit.
Oh, this new unit is named Hound, and also there's a dog.
Success. But it has been decided that for the time being, You'll be assigned to Void Vessel exploration missions. VV-072 is unlike any Void Vessel that we've discovered so far. It doesn't look like a Vulgus ship, and I'm concerned that the Vulgus have already taken control of its interior. Also, the Vulgus seem to be using a dedicated exploratory force similar to our Hound unit. We need to find
Maybe
out
season
what
3
they
they
are
could
doing
have
on
foxes and
VV-072
hounds, and we could have some kind of
what
new
they are looking
unit
for.
that combines those two
Descendant,
things. I
I
don't
want
know.
you to conduct a second search operation. I'll contact Hound to assist you.
Well, I didn't expect you to be rushed into another operation this fast. While we're here, Descendant, can you come and see me for a moment?
Well, she still has something else. What is this?
In the time that we have been able to observe the Void Abyss, we've run into a problem.
Uh-huh.
It seems that the colossi in the Void Abyss that we've observed have also spotted Ingress. Seneca believes that our ability to observe the Void Abyss is due to the reduction in space between the Void and Ingress.
Yes, okay, yes.
If Seneca's hypothesis is correct, it also explains how the colossi in the Void Abyss were able to detect Ingress.
Ingress, got it.
The problem is that the
I remember what
wavelengths of
that
the
is.
colossi that have been detected are different than normal.
Oh, shit.
They
Different.
are several orders of magnitude above standard. It is probably the largest reading ever recorded for a colossus.
Wow.
Inez is investigating to see if this phenomenon is related to the exploration of VV-072.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as we have more information, I will pass it along.
Thank you.
Please head to Intercept immediately. I wish you the best of luck, Descendant.
Great.
Descendant, I know the situation is urgent.
Oh, I have to go
but
talk to the ghost
information
lady
relate
again.
you.
This is...
I will be waiting.
ominous
There
wavelength.
are traces of a special wavelength in the Colossus energy that Seneca identified. A trace that only I can detect, thanks to my void energy sensory amplification algorithm.
Uh-huh.
It is very faint, but it is a trace of Arcade.
Oh, shit.
Of course, it is possible that the Arcade trace on the Colossus is a result of a number of coincidences.
Mm-hmm.
It would not be surprising if a Colossus who fought a battle with the ancestors in the distant past retained these traces in the aftermath of the battle.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was
Colossi
thinking.
are also still shrouded in mystery for the most part, so I would not be surprised if some of them have powers related to Arcade. Descendant, we need a sample to determine why this Colossus has Arcade traces on it. I will collect the data once you have intercepted it.
Okay.
There you are. I'm as confused as you are by HQ's decision. A redeployment so soon after your return.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Though I can see why HQ ordered it. It's the Void Abyss after all.
It is the Void Abyss
There are
after all.
Vulgus all over VV-072.
Vulgus, hell of a Capcom game.
The data you
Not a
collected
great enemy
contained
faction.
Very few valuable leads, plus the unexpected Vulgus presence. I suppose HQ had no choice.
The presence of the Vulgus on VV-072 means it's likely they're also looking for something there. Probably information that could give them an advantage over us.
Uh-oh.
Traveling into the Void Abyss isn't easy, even for the
I don't know, I just clicked a couple of buttons and I was there. Like, it was hard for you, maybe, because you, I don't know, you had a dog.
VV-072 is a Vulgus ship. They have the advantage. We won't be able to stop whatever the Vulgus are planning if we fall behind now. That's why a second sweep is absolutely necessary.
Keelan's right. So I pulled something together as well. This device contains a code to break the Vulgus algorithm.
What is an
When the
algorithm?
specialized code loaded onto this device is activated, it will automatically collect Vulgus records from all over the Void Vessel.
Cool, this sounds like something that I need to collect 700 of them in order to cache them in some kind of event-based store.
072. I'm counting on you, Descendant.
I like that neither of them are actually making eye contact with the camera. It's like this extra...
Discovered Void Vessel. I have a favor to ask. Can you come to the Research Institute?
I will come to the Research Institute. I think that's over here. I think this lady over here. This is where you research stuff, and it takes like 5 days of real time. So you just log out. Okay.
Humanity's real hope.
You found some special data from the Void Abyss.
I did.
Intriguing and captivating data, in fact.
Yep.
The organism that Keelan rescued from the Void Vessel is no ordinary dog.
What?
It's the product of highly complex and sophisticated genetic engineering involving Arcade.
What?
The signal picked up in the Void Abyss was a sensor of sorts. The organism's response to Keelan's Arcade waves.
What?
Up until this point, only Descendants have been able to respond to and detect Arcade. But it seems that this organism has a very specialized sensitivity.
The dog can smell powers.
We are discovering
You could have just said that.
Possibilities for this fascinating creature every day. Similar to when we first saw the possibilities of humanity. The Magisters speculate that this organism was created by the ancestors.
Uh-huh.
It's just a theory for now.
Dog made by ancestors.
We
Capital A
categorize
ancestors.
This organism as a new species, an Arcade fellow.
Arcade fellow. Really rolls off the tongue.
That responds to Arcade and can help Descendants in a variety of ways.
So we're strapping bombs to the dog and sending it to the spaceship? What do we do? Are we killing the dog? What are we doing with the dog?
Also discovered a way to research fellow, given enough material.
I can do it. I need that to level up the dog.
This organism came from the Void Vessel.
So I gather materials.
Gather the materials from there.
And I can level up the dog? Is that what we're doing?
You'll be able to help me collect the materials I need to research this organism while you're on other
What level is my dog? Do I get the dog? I thought I saw someone else walking around with a dog. There's someone right there with a dog. That dog's got Santa Claus on it. Cosmetics for the dog. Dogmetics.
If there's something you need, you'll need to pay.
They rebuilt this menu, I think. Oh, this guy is a playable guy. Okay. I should have guessed. Oh yeah, dog. Research dog. If I had dog cells, dog stabilizer, dog spiral catalyst, and dog code, I could have dog. We do not have dog. Do I have enough to build? Can I build the dog? So this is where it gets into the grind, where it's like, you need 292 of these in order to build this one part, and then some of these parts can't be researched. You have to find them as drops. Here we are. Fellow material. So I'm guessing we need to run that mission over and over again. Rewards earned on sale. Premium ETA voucher times 10. How can I acquire that? Void Vessel, Normer Container Award, Decryption Key. Okay, so you do runs to get decryption keys, and sometimes when you open those chests in the mission, they will have parts, and maybe if you're lucky, it will include dog parts. That's this game. It's like chains of drops with low percentages all the way down. Of like, you got to research this and do this, but then it takes 4 items to do this, but the 4th item has a drop rate of fuck you dot fuck off. So fucking have fun rerunning the same mission over and over again, dipshit. That's this game. This number is much higher than any of the guns I have equipped currently. Oh, that's right. The shotguns are always super high. That's why okay. You know, but all these other weapons are trash. Designate all as junk. And then dismantle junk. All right. We got some liquid metal and some goo and some... Oh, there's even more. Wait, there's even more? Why did we not... Are these guns too good to be considered for removal? I don't want any of them. They're all super low-level garbage. Like, what do we... I guess I could edit my junk filter. Like, I don't think I need any of that shit, but fuck, I don't know. I mean, all this stuff is like level 40 and stuff anyway, so... Though they added a thing, so the reactor is like a thing that you equip that enhances your skill abilities, and they added a thing that lets you implant reactor, and I don't know. But you need 2,000 of these, and I only have 21? And we recommend enhancing the reactor that matches the optimization condition. I bet you fucking do. Arcade type A. What? Oh, all. Okay. So these are the different... So different characters have different styles of abilities, and so there's a thing. That's what that is. Dude. This game. Why is this glowing? Did I not talk to her enough?
Special human child. What do you need?
Do I need to go to the growth shop? I have enough to buy some of these, these are the things that let you... This is like the thing in Warframe that lets you double the limit of cards you can equip. It does the exact same thing here. It's basically the exact same item of just like, oh, now you can equip 40 instead of 20 or whatever. And then this is the thing that lets you prestige an item or character. These are not... the grinding for these was a pain in the ass. So, you know, them letting you buy some of them with the holiday currency or whatever is actually kind of meaningful, I guess. Though probably the players that have been playing this game the entire time and didn't just stop when the content ran out have probably already gotten a billion of them. All right. I'm not going to play any more of this. I'm not going to play any more anything. This has burned me out on all video games forever. But what about the Battle Pass? But what about the Battle Pass? Look at that gun. Bunny's suit into a beam rifle. I don't know. All right. I don't know. Skins. Grappling hook. Oh, dog skins. I don't even have a dog. You telling me I can put a beret on a dog? Man. All right. Dog berets. Dog berets. Oh, the camera shut off. See? This is why I need to replace this camera, because it magically just started shutting off because it's not going to be able to be under this shroud. I think it's overheating. I think what's happening is it's overheating. All right. Well, I'm going to get going. We'll go back to here because at least then this camera. Hello. Okay. I got to get going. Have a good rest of your Wednesday. I'll be back on Friday to rank some 8-bit Nintendo games. And maybe I will have replaced this camera by then. I don't know. I'm going to go look at what it takes to get a beret for the dog, and I'll get back to you. And have a good rest of your Wednesday. I'll see you soon. Bye.